The thing is today, Nisha, the video is about beer. And I'm not sure when it's going up, but I looked in my fridge and I have a protein shake and a beer. So what should be today's drink of choice?
Definitely beer.
Oh, okay. I was hoping you'd say that. So you know I want to go to the gym later, but okay, beer it is. Product placement is a necessary evil of the movie-making world, and there's a good chance that if you watch a movie that features a product in some significant way, someone, somewhere paid for that thing to appear in front of your eyeballs. That is, unless of course you're watching all 8 Fast and Furious movies in a row, in which case all of the Corona you see on screen is there for no particular reason. I wanted to go to the gym today. I could probably still go after a beer, it'd be fine, but this is a big beer, which makes it super annoying.
Just share it.
Share it. Well, you can get a drink if you want one. Would you like a drink, Nisha? You can if you want. Okay, what do you want? We've got the fridge here. I've got...
Many Diet Coke.
Yeah, I have Diet Coke and water.
Oh, Diet Coke.
Okay. Would you like to put something in it? There is booze behind you on the shelf. Okay.
Hold on.
This is going in. The rule is, if it's funny, it goes in. I can't now wait. Have you ever, while you're off grabbing the crap, have you seen the comments we get on videos when videos go on trending? And you always get someone who comes in going, why is he talking to the camera person? This is stupid, get to the point. I just think, oh, you naive young fool. You small young child with ribbons in your hair. There you go.
Thank you.
I was going to pick this up and flip it then. I went, that's a stupid idea because that would just be beer everywhere.
What's Corona got to do with the Fast and Furious movies?
It's got everything to do with the Fast and Furious movies. That and family. It's Corona and family, the 2 tenets of the Fast and Furious universe.
You can have any brew you want, as long as it's a Corona.
Basically, it's mentioned by name by members of the principal cast in virtually every mainline Fast and Furious movie, bar, I think, 1 or 2, where they had an actual deal with another beer manufacturer. It's drunk on screen by every member of the principal cast. It is mentioned repeatedly by Vin Diesel, pictured here before he became the 4th most popular bald character in his own movie, which is my favourite insult I've ever written. I love that. Have you ever heard any of the behind the scenes stuff about Vin Diesel hating the Fast and Furious movies now?
No.
Because he started the Fast and Furious movies, and he was the main character for a bit. And then they brought in The Rock and they brought in Jason Statham. And Jason Statham and The Rock are way more charismatic than growly Vin Diesel. Yeah. This stupid fucking tank top and weird bloody silver cross thing. And so they started getting more screen time than him. And he had a fallout with The Rock in one of their movies. And they never appear on screen together. Because Vin Diesel's like an executive producer and just shut it all down. No. And I like the idea that he's the 4th most popular bald character. Because there's so many bald people in that movie. It's so good. The 8th one's actually pretty good, except for every scene with Vin Diesel on screen. Because he's the bad guy of the movie, which I think Vin Diesel had a lot to do with. Because that way he gets more screen time and he gets to look like a badass. Yeah. Because obviously The Rock is well known for his action movies. And in that movie, Vin Diesel's this unstoppable god king who everyone fears. And in the same movie, you have a footage of The Rock escaping from prison where he takes riot rounds to the head and just goes, don't do that, please.
Rubber bullets. Big mistake.
Like him and Jason Statham, this prison escape scene, that's probably one of the best choreographed fight scenes I've seen in a major motion picture. For ages, but then Vin Diesel's on screen shot remote. It's he's growling at the screen. It's like, Vin Diesel, no. Please just edit these movies, have less of you in them. I want more of The Rock. I want more of this burgeoning bromance that's happening. Look at this love blooming on this battlefield. Fuck you, Vin Diesel. Your story sucks. It's over. I want to write him out of the next movie and just say he goes wherever the fuck Paul Walker's character is, just so we can have more Rock and Jason Statham bromance.
My day just got a whole hell of a lot better.
So Corona have not paid anything for this to happen?
No. According to both Corona and the people who make the Fast and Furious movies, the company has never paid so much as a dick warm penny for any of the product placement in those movies. The closest they've come to paying in some way is sending the production crew free bottles of Corona while they're filming to use in scenes and for the cast and crew to enjoy after filming is wrapped for the day. and that's it. And which sounds like basically a drop in the bucket for product placement in one of the most successful movie franchises of all fucking time. And there are probably some people out there watching this who are still incredulous that Corona hasn't paid any money for their product to appear so prominently in these movies. And what I say to those people is just watch the clips we're putting in and notice that the label for Corona isn't constantly pointed toward the camera, which is usually a stipulation that a lot of companies have.
You know we got your back. Whenever you need us.
Like Coca-Cola and Pepsi are famous for it, where if you drink a bottle of Pepsi or a can of Pepsi or a can of Coke in your movie, the label has to be pointed directly towards the camera. There's a famous shot in Elf where he downs like the 3-litre bottle of Coca-Cola and the logo is just pointed directly towards the screen for like a straight 10 seconds. In Fast and Furious, it's no, to pick up the bottle and drink out of it, it's a prop. We're not advertising it, you're drinking it because it's your character likes this beer, not because Corona paid us millions of dollars.
More of a Corona man myself.
So why is Corona so prominent in these films?
No one really knows, and there's an interview with the franchise producer for Fast and Furious, Neil Moritz, and they ask him, like, what's the deal with Corona? And he says, oh yeah, it's the official beer of the movies. To which the interviewer responds, well, have they paid you? He goes, oh no, we just like Corona. To which the incredulous interviewer asks, but you've given them hundreds of millions of dollars of free advertising. Yeah. To which Neil Moritz just responded with the equivalent of, well, yeah. And that's it. Like, he had no answer, he just shrugged and just went, okay, sure. It's like, yeah, you've given them hundreds of millions of dollars worth of advertising, which is not an exactly true fact because industry analysts have concluded that it's closer to about $15 to $20 million worth of free advertising, which is still a lot of free advertising when it's in when you're counting a number with millions after it. That's a pretty high amount of numbers, and like to this day, there has never been a conclusive answer about why they feature like Corona so prominently in these movies. And its inclusion in the movies has been quite profitable for Corona, who remember haven't paid a fucking penny for this, because they see a noticeable uptick in sales of their beer every single time a Fast and Furious movie is released. And yet, no one has a conclusive answer about why this is the case. Like, the closest we've ever gotten is when like someone involved with like the first movie was asked, why are they all drinking Corona? And the guy went, well, it just makes sense. What makes sense? Well, they're from Southern California. It's a surfer beer. Well, these are street criminals who steal cars and DVD players. But yes, go on. And he said, no, that's it. Oh. Which cracks me up because the characters in Fast and Furious, they're all criminals. They are horrible criminals. Because in the first movie, and I want to talk about this because Vin Diesel has tried so hard to make his character likable. In that first movie, Vin Diesel's character is a criminal who viciously beats truckers half to death. And in one scene where Vin Diesel's trying to go for his Oscar, where he tries to emote, which he can't do, he's a terrible actor, he says the reason he became a criminal is because his dad was a racer and he died in a horrible car crash, a complete accident. And then a few days later, we saw the guy who caused the accident, and Vin Diesel's character viciously beat him with a tire iron to such an extent he is now permanently disabled.
And I hit him, and I didn't intend to keep hitting him, but by the time I was done, I couldn't lift my arms.
And that is supposed to be the hero of this movie. A guy who beats someone so viciously they are permanently disabled for accidentally killing their dad in a legal race which his dad signed on to take part in. And then he expects me, the viewer, watching this at home, because I'm watching all of them in a row on Netflix, to sympathise with his character, who throughout the movie has just been beating up truckers and stealing like DVD players. No, fuck you, Vin Diesel. Your character sucks ass. That's why Hobbs is a better character. Jason Statham's character is like more likeable than him, and he's like an assassin for hire. Because his backstory is, I was in like the SAS or some shit. Like his backstory is, oh yeah, I'm an assassin who kills people, but at the same time, like he was like a war hero who got the Victoria Cross and then got fucked over by the government. So at least you know he was a good guy. But Vin Diesel's character, what your story? Oh, I had a childhood where I had like, a successful, famous dad and then he passed away tragically. And my response was to horribly beat up a man who it was a complete accident, and then act like I'm the victim, and then beat up truckers and steal their shit, and talk about family while drinking Corona. Fuck you, Vin Diesel. So this is the conclusion to our first ever full day of filming, Nisha. How do you feel? And you conclude with a drinking video, which was your choice. So good luck editing this one.
Well, that's if it is me that edits it.
Yeah, we'll make Brad edit this one. It's just, you know, just insult Brad for 10 minutes. And then he's got to find a way to edit it for a conclusion. He's going to try and edit it in between games of Fortnite. That's not working, mate. I don't care what you say. You playing Fortnite while a video renders, that's not working. You don't have to tell me you're working. As long as the video gets uploaded, I don't care. Everyone gets paid as long as the video gets uploaded on time.
When I did the Cloudy with Chats and Meatball puns,
oh god,
I was a bit late uploaded because everything kept going wrong.
See, I don't see any of the behind the scenes stuff. I just record the videos and then I go do my own work, my own thing. But I do hear every now and again like, oh, we can't edit this particular part because you spoke too quickly, so we can't do a cut. And my answer is always the same. I don't care. If it looks bad, it looks bad. It's 5 seconds in a 10-minute long video, and there'll be another one released next week. I'm happy as long as I see the video go up. I don't care if it's 10 minutes of a black screen with me talking over it. It's fine.
Like, I can be a bit of a perfectionist because I'd like export something and notice a little bit is a bit off with the green screen or something doesn't fade correctly and I have to go back and fix it.
Yeah, so I'm similar in some ways, but it gets to a point where I go, fuck it, it'll do.
Yeah.
Because like my perfectionist tendencies were eroded away when I realised the vast majority of the internet doesn't care. There's probably a significant portion of the people watching this video right now who aren't even looking at the screen. It is open in another tab, or it is on like a TV as they're doing work on like another screen. And my favourite group of all is probably the people who are watching it when they're asleep because the video is just playing in the background. So to those people, you're a strong, confident man or woman who can do anything they want to do. Remember that. Also, remember to watch more of my videos. So I've always thought, what's the worst thing you've woken up to like on your, like, do you know the YouTube bloody recommended chain? The worst one for me is after a night out once, I was sleeping on the sofa and my mate took my bed.
Yeah.
And I just had my laptop and I was like watching some videos. I think I was watching like Today I Found Out. I watched some like support Simon Whistler. And I watched that and then in the recommended it became one of my videos for this channel because obviously we're linked in their thing. It was like crossover there. So my friend walked in as me asleep and it looked like I've been watching my own videos. I'm like, no! I look like such a fucking arsehole, like narcissistic prickhead, just watching my own videos to like my own voice to soothe me to sleep.